take a look at this week's drought monitor to start off the grow weather forecast. And in Nebraska on the drought monitor, actually no change since last week. We're still looking at around 91% of the state not included in a drought category, but still parts of the panhandle, northern Nebraska included in a drought category. Moderate drought for portions of the panhandle, that's in that lighter brown shading, abnormally dry in the yellow. You can see that abnormally dry in portions of northern Nebraska as well, and a small area of moderate drought in Cherry County. Now in terms of Kansas, other parts of Kansas have seen some changes to the drought monitor. Last week, 53% of the state, or excuse me, last week 66% of the state was not included in a drought category. This week we're looking at 53% of Kansas now not included in a drought category, but you can see abnormally dry conditions in portions of north central Kansas and other parts of northeast Kansas looking at abnormally dry conditions as well. But we can take a look ahead. Let's talk first about temperatures and looking 1 month out. Anything not shaded looking at equal chances. So all of Nebraska, a good part of Kansas looking at equal chances for 1 month out. But anything in this brown, or the brown, the orange, the reds, we're looking at the potential for some above normal temperatures for 1 month out. And then anything in the blue, including parts of the northern U.S., looking at the potential for below normal temperatures 1 month out. Now looking a little farther out to 3 months, still looking at a good part of Nebraska, a good part of Kansas, equal chances for that time frame, but a larger area looking at the potential for below normal temperatures, and that stretches into far northern Nebraska and then above normal temperatures stretching over a good part of the south, up the east coast, off to the west as well, looking at the potential for above normal temperatures for 3 months out. Now in terms of precipitation, once again, a good part of Nebraska, Kansas, looking at equal chances for 1 month out, but then parts of the panhandle, northern Nebraska, above normal precipitation, a possibility for 1 month out. That stretches farther to the east, off to the west as well, portions of northwest the U.S. and then portions of southern U.S. looking at the potential for below normal precipitation for 1 month out. Then 3 months out, still a good part of Nebraska, all of Kansas, equal chances in terms of precipitation, while we could see some above normal precipitation for parts of the panhandle down into Colorado, stretching farther north, stretching off to the east as well, and then parts of the south, Texas, and then off to the west. Still looking at below normal precipitation, a possibility as we head into 3 months out. But let's take a look at the week ahead for the Tri-Cities. Normally this time of year, we would be topping out in those lower 40s, normally dropping down into the 20s. Our week ahead average high, not too far from that, but a few degrees below that, 39 degrees. Our week ahead average low, 24 degrees. And our proverb for this week, it is a long one, but the first Thursday in March, the first Thursday in June, the first Thursday in September, and the first Thursday in December are the governing days for each season. That's a check of your Grow weather forecast. More of Grow's coming up next.
Funding schools without harming property taxpayers. It's a difficult balance to strike here in Nebraska, but one local school is reaching out to farmers to try to come up with solutions. NTV's Sydney Edwards has our story.
Nearly 150 Nebraska residents attended this forum today, online or in person. And one speaker believes that Nebraska is in its worst economic crisis since the 1980s.
We need to respond to that crisis, and we need to step up and deal with this issue.
John Hansen of the Nebraska Farmers Union remembers when he first started farming. Corn was $3.30 a bushel.
That was in 1973, and here we are in 2017, and the cash bid for corn in my local terminal elevator is barely $3.
John tells me for the past 4 years, Nebraska has experienced commodity prices below production cost, resulting in a net loss for the farmer.
The reason that our state is struggling right now and in deficit is because the ag economy is in trouble. And because of that, we're saying as a state, we need to come together.
According to the Open Sky Policy Institute, over 28% of those taxes go towards education. And farmers and ranchers are paying much more than those who don't own land.
Farmers are paying 20 to 25%, some of them as much as half their income goes just to paying property tax.
What farmers like Mark want to see is a balance that still benefits the school system but doesn't gouge their income.
Nobody likes to pay taxes, but if everybody was paying their fair share, I guess then there hopefully wouldn't be as much controversy about it.
Next week, the Farm Bureau and Farmers Union conventions will be held in Grand Island.
Thanks, Sydney. Still to come, from Christmas tree farms to Christmas boutiques on the farm. Stay with us.